do we think that we're better than others? Well, that comes down to personal bias. We like to sugarcoat our experiences to make us look better. We like to sugarcoat our morality and our understanding of the world to make it the most supreme, to make it the most palatable to our own mind. And we hope that it is palatable to other minds, but that is more of a subconscious hope than it is conscious. Because those who engineer their own self-perception truly know what it is, and most who engineer their self-perception don't know what it is in its absolute form. But when it comes down to it, we all have to look ourselves in the mirror and ask, why does this or that keep happening to us? Why are we attracting problems that seem to be reoccurring, like problems in relationships, or problems with money, or problems with people in general? Or maybe we constantly have problems with our own idea of anger or pain. Even the ideology is affected. We think that anger is something that is a natural response, but other people say that we're angry. So maybe we constantly have this response in times where it is not warranted. And emotional pain. Why do we constantly feel emotionally in pain? And this has to do with our own self-judgment, our own self-analysis. If we analyze ourselves and determine that we're inadequate in some way, even if this is subconscious, then our emotional pain threshold is very low. We take a little bit from the external world, and then we collapse. We break down. Even if it's just mentally. Maybe it's not physically, maybe it's not, I have to go home from work, or I can't go to work, or I can't talk to anybody, but it'll be a low cap if we judge ourselves constantly, then just take a little bit of judgment from the external world and then collapse. Now, we like to view ourselves as better than everyone else because it's safe. Because deep down, we want to be safe and understand the universe, the multiverse, and reality, and who we are. And if we understand that, then we feel as if this gives us a barrier between us and the inconveniences of logic, the inconveniences of reasoning, the inconveniences of personhood. Now, as people, every person is wrong about something. There is no perfection. But some of us decide that, okay, there is some level of perfection that is just beyond what I believe, or is what I believe. I am perfect in exactly all of my views and what I'm shooting for. My job is the best, who I am is the best, and what I value is the best. My religion is the best. But in truth, we all have these questions that we fear answers to. Because we don't really know if our religion is the best, if it's the most correct. We don't really know if our societal status is correct or the best. Whether people call us, a criminal, or somebody calls us a philanthropist, or somebody calls us something that we consider not going along with our own moral code and our own self-identity. We also have a problem with the idea that our relationship to others is inadequate. We like to think that we're the most personable, that we relate to other people, and that our self-relationship and our external relationship are one. But in truth, we have a very big deficit in regard to our self-relationship. The relationship to ourself and our external relationships might be just fine, but how we understand ourselves is very valuable. And it's very uncommon because most people don't have a synchronization. They don't have a synchronization with how people see them, or how they view people seeing them, and who they are, and especially who they view themselves as being, because most of the time it has nothing to do with the actual reality, the actual truth. But what is truth anyway? Truth is the absolute and ultimate nature of who we are, of what the universe is, and our connection to it. We can have a whole bunch of lies in any of these sections. Our understanding of ourselves, our understanding of our connection to the universe, or our understanding of the universe. There can be a bunch of lies in between, and in and of themselves in these three sections, and most of the time there are quite a few. Because as human beings, we're fallible, and we like to sugarcoat who we are. We like to sugarcoat how we view others as seeing us, or how we view ourselves. We like to make it easier to conceptualize everything that we think about, because then once it's easier to conceptualize, then we can make a decision on, what everything is. If we make a decision on who we are, what the universe is, and what other people's version of the universe is as far as saying, okay, that's wrong or that's right, and the connection of everything. If we make a decision on it, then we can wake up in the morning and say, okay, well, I know everything, I just have to continue along my path. But in truth, we don't know everything, and continuing along the path is much harder than just making a decision outright and then following through with it. There are levels and magnitudes of understanding of everything, of existence itself, that we have to go further and further up to reach the absolute, and we find that the absolute is infinite. That understanding and knowledge are actually infinite, and once we tap into that divine source, then it kind of carries us. We're carried away by a stream of truth and understanding. Now, I've mentioned quite a bit about why we think that we are better than others, than what others believe, than what others say about us. And the end result is that because it's easier. It's easier than self-evaluation. It's easier than reevaluating everything that is, or reevaluating our connection to everything that is. So we accept it. And the more we become aware of the nature of reality, and that is, the nature of reality to me is learning and slowly accepting the truths that are even the most unpalatable truths, along with the palatable truths. We might be right about some of them, but it's all about a process of accepting what is and not what we want to be. And it can be painful, and it's an ongoing process. And until we reach enlightenment and liberation from our own delusion, this process will continue. But hey, thank you very much for watching. This has been a video about why we view ourselves as better than others. And I hope that all of you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, I'll hit that thumbs up down there. If you want to comment, say you agree or disagree, you have something to say, feel free to shoot it down in the comment section below. And I hope to see all of you in my future videos. And remember, analyze yourself and everything else.